All right, ladies and gentlemen of D-Class personnel, sit down. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Commander, and I'm going to be briefing you on the SCP that you're going to go study. So pay attention. What we're looking at today, SCP-6838, Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Reports of phenomena involving unusually bright lights in the forests of northern Ontario or nearby regions are to be investigated by Foundation agents with the goal of gaining a greater understanding of the nature of SCP-6838. The death of SCP-6838-1 is to be publicly explained as a death due to exposure following a mental breakdown. Information and evidence to the contrary is to be suppressed by Foundation agents and web crawlers as per standard protocol. Description: SCP-6838 is the designation given to an unknown force thought to be responsible for the disappearance and death of Nova Scotia resident Gregory Moore, hereby referred to as -1. SCP-6838's nature remains almost entirely unknown to the Foundation, with the only known information being that SCP-6838 appears to inhabit the forested regions of northern Ontario. SCP-6838 creates a visual effect involving unusually bright lights. SCP-6838 was likely responsible for the death of -1. On August 4th, 2019, -1 is known to have left his residence in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and drove for 17 hours to Kingston, Ontario with the purpose of seeing several family members. Approximately 2 days after arrival on 11/4/2019, subject drove north for unspecified reasons. This is in Addendum 6838-1. Subject's whereabouts in the following 11 days are largely unknown. This is in Addendum 6838-2. On April 23, 2019, -1 was discovered dead in the living room of a cabin -1's family had previously owned. -1's remains were largely untouched, showing little damage and possessing an anonymously slower rate of decay than usual for human corpses. A direct cause of death could not be determined. There are currently no other known instances of SCP-6838 manifestations or of other individuals being affected by it. Addendum 6838-1. On August 4, 2019, -1 replied to the following post on parawatch.net under the username I'll Post More. This post was likely the cause of -1's excursion into the forest on 11/4/2019. All right, the first message states, anyone else from Ontario here? I live up north near the forest, and I sometimes see those weirdly bright lights in the middle of the woods. It's always when I'm alone. I've tried showing it to others, but they never appear when I do. Anybody experience something familiar? I haven't seen it in any other forests, just here. Would be neat if someone could get a picture or something. Next message states, nope, never heard of this. Why can't you take a picture or video yourself? LOL. Again, this is from I'll Post More, and a reply. Finally, something on here that I've experienced. Back when I lived in Ontario, my family used to own a cottage up north. I used to run off and play in the trees all the time. Sometimes the woods around me would suddenly become super bright, like there were big floodlights behind the trees. It seems really weird now, but I remember finding them super calming. They'd always go away whenever my mom or dad found me and took me back home. One night I got lost during a storm and almost walked into the light. I got scared by thunder and ran away, but the feeling was so strange. I'm actually supposed to go visit my folks again tomorrow. I'll see if I can make some time to drive north and see if I can get a pic or two. Investigation into the creator of the original post yielded nothing. User Lux was unable to be located, with all attempts to do so leading to various uninhabited sections of northern Ontario wilderness. Addendum 6838-2. The following are all known contacts with -1 during the period between November 4th and April 23rd, 2019. On November 4th, 2019, 11:22 a.m., -1 detoured to a cabin in the forest, exited his vehicle, and began walking around the property. When confronted by the building's owners, -1 explained that his family had previously owned the property and that he was reliving memories. When asked to leave, -1 complied and drove away. On April 13th, 2019, 3:07 p.m., -1 was spotted by a group of individuals who were hiking in the area. When approached, -1 began asking them if they had seen any lights. Unsure of what they were being asked, the group pointed -1 to the nearest road. On April 13th, 2019, 9:30 p.m., a driver reported -1 standing in the middle of the previously mentioned road. The driver claimed that he didn't notice -1's presence until it would have been too late if subject had not ran back into the woods seconds before a collision would have occurred. Upon looking in his rearview mirror, the driver claimed to have seen a second figure follow -1 back into the tree line. On April 16, 2019, at 6:48 p.m., -1 appears to have backtracked to the previously mentioned cabin. -1 was again told to leave by the same owners, who noted the absence of his car. After staring at the cabin for around 30 seconds, subject wordlessly turned and walked back the way he came. On April 22nd, 2019, at 1:55 a.m., the following voicemail was left by -1 on his mother's phone. I'll go ahead and read a transcript of it. SCP-6838-1. Hi, Mom. Sorry for not calling. In the background, you can hear leaves crunching. -1. Remember when I was a kid and I'd always talk about seeing lights in the forest? I found them again. I'm taking some pictures, but I wish I could show you myself. I think this is goodbye. At this point, a child's laughter is vaguely audible, and then the call ends. On April 23rd, 2019, at 8:19 a.m., the owners of the aforementioned cabin stated they had woken to at least 2 sets of footsteps walking around on the floor below their bedroom and had waited around 10 minutes after the noises stopped to go downstairs, where -1 was discovered dead. The cabin's doors remained locked and none of the windows were broken. It is unknown how -1 or any other entities entered the building or whether he was still alive while doing so. Addendum 68383. Following examination of -1's belongings, the following photos, if you'll pass these around, were discovered in the camera roll of subject's phone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was SCP-6838. You're dismissed.